Welcome back, everyone, to the final session of Doomsday Dawn When the Stars Go Dark. It's time for a dark ritual, but for all of you joining us from YouTube who may have just started here, or anyone starting now on Twitch, there are major spoilers because we are about to do the exact end of the adventure, so if you're planning on playing it and you don't want to know the end, now's the time to leave us. Alright, still here? Great. I'm Mark Seifter. I'm a designer for Pathfinder. I've brought this crack team of adventurers to try to save the world by destabilizing this pendulum that is ticking towards doomsday. So let's introduce ourselves.
I'm Katina Davis. I work in customer service here at Paizo. And I'm playing Evalirin. She's a half-elf monk, so running around punching and slashing, trying to get in the Pathfinder Society.
All right.
Hi, I'm Eric Keith. I'm the software QA here at Paizo, and I'm playing a character named Fen. She is a goblin paladin of Shellen, and hopefully we're going to save the world today.
I'm Ron Lundeen. I'm a developer here at Paizo, and I am playing the Tiefling, a sorcerer with demonic heritage.
And I'm Chris Sims. I'm also a developer here at Paizo, and I'm playing Luca Meadowpeak, halfling druid.
All right. So those of you who were following along, they've just defeated a dragon. During the break, they found 4 really cool pieces of treasure in its hoard. Melik found the Possibility Tome, a tome that theoretically contains all knowledge. If you use your resonance, you just change which percentage of all knowledge it has. Fen found one of the second most powerful shield in the game in terms of how much damage it can negate. A legendary heavy adamantine sturdy shield.
I guess it's pretty
Only
okay.
a legendary heavy or calcum sturdy shield is more powerful than that. Luca found a greater cloak of the elven kind. That lets him go greater in 4th level invisible during fights and generally gives him incredibly high stealth. And Evalirin found a greater doctor's marvelous medicine, which gives her very high medicine and the ability to remove poisons and diseases just with her tools and just a little bit of resonance in them. So that's what we got. They rested for a day, in case you guys are wondering, wait, I thought Luca only had 2 hard wiltings. I mean, I'm not saying hard wiltings are going to happen, but that's why they have more hard wiltings. And they only have about 200 more days left to do this, but it's time for the Pendulum Ritual. So you guys learned this ritual when you beat the math, so I will describe it to you. Basically, what happens when you're doing this ritual is that you have to stand around the perimeter of the pendulum, and you concentrate, and you have 3 choices for how to concentrate on the pendulum. You can spend 3 actions and put your full focus on it. When you concentrate on the pendulum, what happens is essentially all of these weird connections to the Dominion of the Black sort of materialize, and you need to make a perception or occultism check, and the occultism check is easier to make in order to try to desynchronize the pendulum. With 3 actions when you're full focus, the check is not that hard, especially, I guess, with the greater heroism, like Ron had mentioned that he might be putting up. With 2 actions, the check is much harder, at least 5 harder. And with only spending 1 action, that's a distracted focus, because 2 is a partial focus. The check is way drastically harder, as much as 10 or more harder than if you just put your full focus on it. Then every round, the pendulum tries to resynchronize itself a little bit, and we see how you go from there. Also, it could get dangerous. You know, it's a ritual.
No.
That seems unlikely.
Yeah,
When
we'll
have rituals ever gone wrong?
All right, so
It's a dark ritual.
It'll be fine.
So if you're going to start the ritual, then you need to roll initiative so that we can go in order and have you guys do your destabilization. Okay. However, since this is an occult ritual, in addition to your perception, you could use occultism or Dominion of the Black lore for your initiative on this.
I've got the this book aligned to occultism.
That's
it's
true.
a +5, you say?
Yes.
Alrighty. Before we get the
+5
ritual
on recall knowledge checks for occultism,
that's
but
not
I'm
this.
gonna say that unlike almost any other time you roll occultism, since you are literally doing a ritual as you start this ritual, I will allow that to count as a recall knowledge use of occultism.
When I'm doing it here. Not for the initiative, but for here. Okay.
Now, I'm going to allow it for the initiative.
Sweet.
For the actual focuses, it's not worth it because you'd have to spend an action to recall knowledge to get the +5, and then you would not be putting as much focus into it. So it would just cancel out anything good that you got. So, but I will allow the initiative to get their +5.
Okay. Before we decide to get going, why don't I make all 4 of us heroic again?
How long does that last?
I like that.
Heroism.
I also cast Unfettered Pack on us.
Oh yeah, so no more grappling.
Yep.
Nice.
All right, very good. Any other buffs for the ritual?
How long does heroism last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
This is a much shorter ritual than usual.
Okay.
Usually rituals take the whole day. This one is short and sweet, but maybe not so sweet.
Okay, I'll hold on.
Unfettered Pack lasts an hour.
I can
Nice,
use my
yeah.
non-detection.
You could.
Is that-
That'll prevent divination from seeing you.
I'm gonna do that then.
All right.
I'm also going to put True Seeing up.
Okay, that makes sense. Any other buffs? Going once, going twice.
I'll use protective aura.
Protective aura. How long does that last?
1 minute.
Oh, that's really short.
Yeah, that's why I was.
True Seeing is only 1 minute as well.
Okay, they're both only 1 minute. Alright, and the ritual begins. After a few rounds of chanting, we roll initiative. Technically, the 1 minute things are still up. Alright, so tell me what you got. I will roll for the pendulum. What is the pendulum's bonus?
Man,
oh,
now it
it's
just-
really bad. It's a pendulum. Alright, you guys all probably beat the pendulum. Actually, you definitely did. What did you get?
I believe I got a 43.
Alright.
33.
Okay.
36.
34.
Yeah, you annihilated the pendulum, so...
Awesome.
You've annihilated the pendulum. Wait.
Wait.
No. Alright, so it goes Avaliran, Malik, Luca, Fen. Alright, so Avaliran, there's a pendulum. Would you like to destabilize it?
I would.
With all your focus, or with partial focus, or with distracted focus?
All of the focus.
Just
Okay.
distractive focus. We'll just phone it in.
By the way, if
At
you're
the end
too
of the
distracted,
world.
you could wind up synchronizing the pendulum.
Oh no.
Throw some rocks at it.
Well, and we're supposed to get kind of around the edges.
Yeah, somewhere on the edge of this green thing. So I've put you
Are
guys...
we fine where we are? Is
I've
that-
put you guys, like... You need to be spaced out at least this much, not just all next to each other to cover a
Perfect.
good arc. I figured you'd want to be near each other, though, and specifically
Luca.
that the paladin is... Oh, Luca's
There
up
we
there,
go.
okay.
Okay, so we don't need to move
In
though,
that case,
necessarily.
Yep,
Fen's
I was
gonna want that.
exactly gonna say
Yeah.
that.
Okay,
There we go.
sure.
Okay, then
Okay.
I'll use all my actions.
Alright,
for
so
it.
roll your choice of perception or an easier occultism. If you don't have occultism, though, well, you probably have perception.
My occultism isn't as good as my perception, so
I do have Dominion of the Black Lord, but it's still not as good as
Okay. Alright.
let's see. So 27 plus 12.
Alright, 39.
Yes.
1 axiom point. You
Huzzah.
have 1 axiom point.
Noise.
Alright, what will you do?
I'm also going to spend full focus.
Okay.
That is an occultism of 32.
You have 2 axiom points now.
What does that mean? What does that even mean?
The white axiom.
Oh, okay.
You're establishing the white axiom onto the pendulum.
40.
We're mathing on
Alright,
it.
you have 3 axiom points.
Do we have a sense of how many we need?
I'll let you know if anything happens. The
Okay.
pendulum's still moving exactly as it normally would.
Oh, jeez. That's a 26.
You still have 3 axiom points. Now it's the
Oh.
pendulum's turn.
I'm not
So,
very good at
the
this.
pendulum is going to reduce you to 2 axiom points, and then it's going to, let's see, you just destabilized it the most recently, so it's going to swing and try to hit you. 40.
You have angered the pendulum.
It hit.
Okay,
Do not look at
You
the
take-
pendulum.
11 slashing damage and are distracted. If you take a -4 on all checks to desynchronize the pendulum for 1 round.
Wow, what a jerk.
All right.
Rude.
Now it's back to you, Evelyn.
Hello.
You have 2 axiom points.
27 plus 14.
41.
Woohoo.
That succeeds. You have 3 axiom points. Malik.
I will try to do the same. Ooh, how about 37?
Wow, that's 1. You have almost 2. You have
Okay.
4 axiom points before you go, Luca, the room shakes as a muted roar ripples across time and space.
We already killed that guy.
Now, nothing else happened. Now it's your. Now you can do your
A
thing.
roar across time and space. Huh?
Yes.
It was Katy Perry.
30.
On perception. All right, you still have 4 accident points.
Came in like a pendulum. That's gonna be a 40.
All right, you have 5 accident points,
I'm helping.
and then it
You
reduces it to 4 and tries to hit you, Fen. Does a 41 hit?
My shield isn't up, so I wasn't ready for that. Yeah, that'll smack me right in the
All
face.
right, you have reactive shield.
He goes, I'm help.
I
She goes, I'm
do
help.
actually.
All right, do you want to use it to not be hit?
Absolutely.
Okay, you're not hit, and
All right.
therefore you don't take a -4.
Smack it
on
away
this.
with my shield.
All right, so it's down to 4 accident points. Back to you.
Alright. I'm gonna try and be better at math, but
Yep.
no guarantees.
Okay.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Oh, 2 more. You have 6 accident
Woo!
points.
Sweet.
All right.
Keep it rolling. Ooh.
How much?
21 and 18 is 39.
2 more accident points is 8.
Yay!
At this point, the ceiling explodes outward, with the pendulum still remaining impossibly attached to nothing, revealing a night sky in which the stars are rapidly going out one by one.
Is
I
that
think we might
supposed
be
to
making it
happen?
worse.
I think that's
First, I
supposed to happen.
say, it's so beautiful.
Not helping.
It's full of stars.
Down a little bit.
Wink, 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 wink.
Ooh.
You now don't have the penalty.
45.
Oh, that's a
boy.
critical success again. So you guys
Yay!
are up to 10 axiom
Voice.
points. Fen,
Not 20, so that's going to be
12 axiom points.
43.
Okay, at this
Woo!
point that you've got 12 axiom points, suddenly the link between
really good. We
Octurne
all
and
got
Golan
good.
flares to life.
Is that here?
Strange mountain spires of purple crystal and alien structures manifest on the horizon everywhere farther than about 20 feet away. You guys are now inside a crater looking out at the landscape. As the stars continue to wink out, a monstrosity crawls over the edge of the roof to drop into the workshop. I'm just going to use the, actually, I'll use this Shemhazian, but it looks like this.
Ugh.
Ew.
You've seen this before. It's what happened to Ramlock in your vision after he got transformed.
Is that Ramlock?
You think so?
Is it
Okay.
gargantuan?
It's actually huge, which I did not bring a huge base for.
Here.
Oh, never mind.
There we
You've
go.
got,
Oh.
because there is no
Wait, is
mini
that
of
Luca?
Ramlock. So suddenly, it crawled down and says, "You 4 interlopers," because his shrine did not detect her because she had non-detection.
I'm just like,
Must die.
No.
The convergence begins. Let's see.
no.
So, all of you must attempt a will save against a mindquake. You get a bonus because
my.
you've had mindquakes before.
What bonus do I get?
Plus 2.
You don't have to tell me, I guess.
Will
Plus
save?
2.
Is that?
It's a will save, which your heroism also applies and they stack.
Yay, heroism.
Okay.
40.
Okay. That makes it.
45.
That makes it. And you take nothing because of your will save, critical success.
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
I have
You-
that too.
Oh, you have that too?
Yep,
All
took
right.
defeat.
You
Nice.
also nothing.
45, but I don't have that.
Oh, you take something.
You take some.
You are stupefied 1 for 24 hours. That means that you take a -1 on your spell DC, and all of your spells have a chance of failing.
Okay.
Rude.
All right.
Yeah, that's awful.
40.
All right. That makes it as well. So only because of the bonus from the Dominion of the Black. So you're also stupefied 1, -1 on your spells DC, and all your spells have a chance of failing. All right. So that is just an aura that happens when he comes around. He is now going to use. What is his coolest spell?
Did you do the DR8 thing? No.
Yes, I did actually.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, this one's pretty good. So he's going to turn towards all of you, and then seeing that you guys were able to shake off and these casters were affected by him, he's going to turn towards Evalirin and say,
Great.
"Die."
No.
All right. Well, we'll see who is correct.
We shall see who dies or does not die.
Yes, we shall see who dies or does not die.
I
That
block it with
is
my shield.
a
I would say no.
that is a power word
No,
kill.
thank you.
That is a power word kill. So
Okay.
let's see. Are
do I
you
Are you?
are you level 15 or lower?
No.
You
All right,
should
you
know
don't die. Instead, you take 50 damage. There's no way to reduce it. You just take 50 damage.
Okay.
If that brings you to 0, you die instantly.
It does not.
Okay. So
I'm fine.
You take 50 damage. Alright, well that didn't work. Now he realized that you guys are a little stronger than you seemed, so he is going to use his superior quickened casting.
So I covet that.
He's going to use his superior quickened casting to warp the paladin's mind. Paladin, roll a will save or become permanently confused.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty bad on the dice there. That's only a 37.
Okay. Against Ramlock, that will fail.
Oof.
So you are permanently confused.
Okay, I'll gibber at you guys all intensely.
Alright. Oh wait, no. You only regularly failed. You're only confused for a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll gibber at you all confusedly.
Yeah, that's still probably true.
For a minute.
So, that was all that Ramlock could do. And now you get to decide what you're doing.
Hasn't he done enough?
Actually, it's the Pendulum's turn. So, the Pendulum is actually...
I have the headband of wisdom, and
Okay.
I believe that allows me to re-roll a wisdom saving throw.
I think it does.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll that and see if I fail even worse, guys.
Okay, yeah,
Here
you
we
might
go.
critically fail now.
All right, that was a 4, so yeah, it was even worse by 3.
Okay, it's still not a critical fail.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
I
Cool.
was like, no!
Cool times.
Cool,
guys.
yeah, good
All
talk.
right, so the Pendulum tries to attack you and actually hits, which means you have to try to...
I'm gonna murder that thing.
You have to try to defeat the Pendulum on your next turn. So that's 22 damage and a -4 on your attempts to stop desynchronize the
I
Pendulum.
will take 14 damage from that thing.
I'm not sure how you're gonna murder the Pendulum, but that is
By
what...
Watch
desynchronizing
me.
it.
Yeah, I guess that's the only way
That's
to destroy
actually
it.
how we destroy it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to desynchronize the Pendulum.
You
at
must.
-4.
Stare at
must.
it really
So,
intensely. Yeah.
So there's Remlock, but there's also this Pendulum.
Do we know how many axiom points we need? That
You're
seems
not
like...
sure.
Okay.
But you have 11 right now.
Probably had 12.
Yeah, but you
It
always
goes
lose
down.
one of the Pendulum.
Yeah.
If you had 12, that'd be a different story.
I'm gonna use all my actions and
And desynchronize?
Yeah.
Alright, roll it.
stick to the task at hand.
Ramlock's gonna try to distract you the best he can.
Hey, stop doing that. Hey, what are you doing?
Hey, stop doing that. Stop it.
32. doesn't
Alright,
seem
yes,
like very
you
good.
did it.
Oh, good, okay.
You now have 12 axiom points again.
Woo.
I'll look at Ramlock with a stern glare
Okay, glaring
and
at
try to
Ramlock.
scare him.
Scare him to death. Alright, roll your check to scare Ramlock.
Alright, it's plus 34 on top of 4. 38 against your will, DC.
So, I have 37. And you have a -1 from being stupefied, because it's a charisma, intelligence, or wisdom based.
Oh, that penalizes those checks
Yes.
too.
But
Okay.
you exactly
37.
succeed.
Yay!
Frightened 2 and fleeing for 1 round. Okay,
Ah,
that's going to
no.
give us some time.
Yes.
With my other 2...
Dan, no!
with my other 2 actions, I'm going to attempt the partial
focus. All right.
which is...
Do it.
I'm still using occultism
Yeah.
and -1 because of my stupefied.
Yes.
So plus 20 on top of that. That's only 24.
That is a critical failure, but it does not make you lose any axiom. Alright. So, no, it's not quite a critical failure. I forgot to apply the DC adjustments. It still fails.
Okay.
Alright, Luca. So he's going to be running away for a turn. You're at 12 axiom points. What are you going to do?
I use 3 spell points
Okay.
to summon another purple one.
Yay!
Yay!
Does he have a
Right
name?
in front of him.
Alright, and roll
His
your...
name is Wormy the
Do
Worm.
your 2 actions
Aw.
with purple worm.
Wormy
It's a
worm.
gargantuan worm, so it actually can eat Ramlock.
It does. It bites him.
Okay.
Do it! Do it! Wormy.
Or McDonald.
Alright, so...
Hey, what's
That's-
going on
that's
here?
awesome.
I
Tell
don't think
them
that
that's
was
a-
a good Norm MacDonald impression.
That's only a 45.
That will hit. Not by much, because this is a crazy, ridiculous guy.
Wait.
33 damage.
Okay.
And he'll use his next other action to grab.
Alright, I'm now grabbed. I'm trying to run away, but I'm grabbed.
I'm so scared, but I can't run.
Alright. I
Wormer.
guess it hits even more because he was frightened too.
That's right.
Alright, so
Does
that
it critically hit? No.
You have to.
I will glare at this
synchronize the
pendulum with such hate.
All right.
All right, that's a 12, so that's going to be a 35.
All right. So you go up to 13, up to 13 points.
Woohoo.
Down to 12, and it's going to attack you. All right. It gets another 31.
I will dodge this time.
Oh right, because you're focused on it, so you can use your shield raise.
Can I? Sure, okay.
I mean, you said you were going to dodge it, and I think that the confused condition says you can't normally spend reactions unless it's with respect to
Oh, yeah, that thing will hit me then.
Attacking.
Yeah, that thing will hit me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
13, 19, 20 damage.
Okay, then I'll take 12 of that because I still have my aura
You
up.
sure do, and you now have to keep synchronizing the pendulum.
That stupid pendulum.
All right. All right. What are you gonna do?
Oh, my turn. I'm gonna keep
Also, I'm going to point out
focusing.
you guys do have your wishes that you can use at any time for anything in this fight.
I think you guys are fine with just leaving the as is.
Maybe now is not the time. I mean, he's running away for a turn. You have some free pot shots.
We might as well try to take what we
Ooh,
can.
that's not great. That's 30.
That will not quite make it. That wasn't occultism, right? That was perception. Okay. All right.
I am doing occultism,
Okay.
and that is 34.
Okay. Success. All right. You guys are now up to 13 action points. Luca. So you're focusing on the spell, I assume.
I concentrate, yeah.
Okay. So gonna eat Ramlock. Okay.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Oh, that's not gonna work.
Probably won't eat it.
Oh.
That's
guessing.
only a 31.
That critically fails. I think does that let him go, or does Swallow Hole not have a? Does Swallow Hole say it's a grapple, or is it its own action? If it's a grapple action, then it lets him go. But if it's its own action, then nothing bad happens to you.
I'm sure it's a grapple.
Okay, then he gets released, but you still have an action left.
It bites.
All right,
That hits.
that hits. We know it hits from last
46.
time. All right,
But
Yep.
he can't bite again. So. And
definitely
he can't
hits.
grab.
Right.
But he can sting.
25 damage.
Okay. Well, this will wind up taking out Ramlock for more time than otherwise, because now he's going to run away the best that he can. That means... Okay. So, he's going to...
Well, you have 2 actions. I want to do it.
Oh, right. You have 2 actions left.
For
That's
yourself.
right. You could do the 2 actions
Yes,
partial
I do.
focus.
35.
All right. So, now you guys have built up 14 points, and you are forced to focus on the
Oh,
pendulum.
yep, I'm gonna
You
wreck
and the
this
pendulum
thing.
are just in this
Mortal
mortal
enemy.
struggle. All right. Go for it.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep on,
Confusion. You don't have any other choice.
yeah, I'm angry at this pendulum. That's gonna be a 32.
Okay, that will.
Oh, wait, sorry, 28 because it hit me.
Right, that will not make it. Therefore, now you're out of this infinite loop of pendulums. All right, so there we go. Guys are at 14 pendulum points. The pendulum will take you down to 13 pendulum points and is going to attack Luca with its pendulum attack. It misses. Oh wait, no. Before that, Ramlock. He's going to run all the way to that reverse gravity thing and then dimension door, because that's his way to get as far as he possibly can,
Oh my
and as far up as he possibly can.
Peace.
Good. Adios.
All right.
This place is scary.
Hopefully he can only cast Dimension Door once. That would be great.
He's gonna walk back on his creepy spider legs.
3 minutes
Let's see how many he
later.
prepared.
Aw.
All right. So there goes Ramlock, and then that thing happened, which brought you guys back down in your action points. All right. So you guys are down to 13.
My turn.
Avalarin. Ramlock's gone.
Well, that was good. Let's
I'll
see.
be back.
Ooh, 27 plus 15.
All right. Critical success. You guys
Yay!
have 15 action points.
It's the number that we kind
Ron,
of...
what you gonna do?
I kind of want to see how this works. I am going to wish for synchronization.
All right. That instantly gives you 3 action points. You have 18 action points, and
Hey, okay. Yeah.
There we are.
the laws of gravity change and space folds. You can now stride in any direction and stand on air without falling.
Oh,
Backlash from the desynchronization causes Ramlock to be slowed 1. And he suffers a catastrophic organ rupture.
wherever he's at, which we don't know.
Yeah, but now he can't get all the way back because he's slowed,
His organs
he's
have
slowed
ruptured.
for around after using his whole round to run away.
Yeah, you just hear him somewhere off in this. Oh, my kidneys!
All right,
He didn't use his maximum distance of dimension door.
he did. So the problem is, if he goes back, he moved and then did a dimension door, and now he can't do both because he's slowed.
Oh,
All right,
friend.
so you guys have 18 axiom points at this point, and now it's your turn. So that seems to work pretty well with the wish for synchronization. But Luca has to concentrate to keep this around, but wish only takes 2. What do you want to do third action?
If I critically fail on the check, we don't lose any action points, do we?
Only on the 1 action version.
Then I'm not going to do the 1 action version.
All right.
So,
All right.
Oh,
I'm
wish
done.
is
Luca
2.
Menope. Yeah, which
Okay.
is 2 actions.
Unhinge your jaw a little bit, just stare at
Wait, it's two
the
actions
too.
use condition.
Fight the
I just do
pendulum.
the first
Uh,
part of
the
it.
pendulum.
I get.
If you,
I
you
undo
could
one
try to
side.
dispel magic it. Although if you're not a sorcerer, you probably don't have the right level of dispel magic.
No, I don't.
If you wished to remove it, it would definitely go away, like no roll required. But then you wouldn't be wishing to synchronize or to do something else. So.
Oh, don't worry about me.
You're confused though.
I mean, my
That's no
character.
help to us.
My character's been.
It's only for, well, it's for a minute.
Yeah,
How long
It's-
has it been?
It's
probably
been
for the
2
rest of
rounds.
It's actually because I'm getting up in age. It might be Alzheimer's that you guys are uncomfortable
Yeah,
with telling me about
Okay,
it.
hold up. I'm gonna concentrate on
All right.
that,
All right.
and then I am going to wish for
Okay.
synchronization.
Now you're at 21.
Nice.
So that is, at this point, Ramlock senses the ritual's impending completion and magically claws his way into the ritual as well. So he is now a active and negative participant in the ritual. This move of desperation focuses his energy on preventing you from completing the ritual. So he is slowed 1 and sick 1 continually and loses any haste effect, which is too bad because I was going to haste to try to get back. I
Wow.
can't be hasted, I'm slowed, I'm sick, but since he's in there giving you guys a penalty, all DCs to synchronize the pendulum go up by 2. It's also really close. Alright, and you are acting normally this turn.
So that means I act randomly.
No, you're acting normally.
Oh,
So there's
well
4
then-
choices. Act normally,
Don't
babble,
roll. Don't roll. Don't roll.
Yeah, I was gonna
Wish.
desynchronize.
You
Oh,
could
you're
wish.
right. Yeah. All right. I wish for a puppy. No, just kidding. I wish for the desynchronization. I can get a puppy later.
The
You guys have
ritual,
trained me
a
well.
blast of energy lances up along the Veinstone pendulum, causing the device to detach from the, quote, ceiling, right, because it's the stars,
of course.
and implode harmlessly. Its ceiling returns to normal. Ramlock is shunted back to Octurne, leaving you in peace. You win.
And Evelyn still has her wish.
Yes, Evelyn still has a wish.
Yeah.
I wish for more wishes!
All right. Victory.
Huzzah!
Yeah.
Victory in Doomsday Dawn, Part
Yay.
7, When the Stars Go Dark. And we even, I think, made it in time, although I have to confess, I
We've got
wasn't
like
watching the time.
40 minutes left.
Yeah, I said this could
Wow.
go really long or really short, because
But is-
Ramlock is really hard. Like,
If
even
he's
though you
not
gave
running
him
away.
catastrophic organ failure, like, he also has, he heals 20 hit points each round.
What does catastrophic organ failure mean? I mean, it sounds bad.
yeah.
He still, it makes him take 2d6 bleed damage and lose his 20 healing per
I
round,
mean-
so he essentially takes the upshot of 27 damage per round, and he loses 20 and takes 2d6.
I mean, to be real, judging from that picture you showed us, it looks like he was already like prone to disastrous organ
that is
failure.
actually why he
That's
has
right.
he has the organ rupture ability, so your critical hits would cause catastrophic organ failure to him as well.
Wow. That's,
But if he had actually not run away, he was probably going to send one of the more useful of you guys into a maze, which he can keep up effortlessly with effortless concentration.
I'm glad you're so creepy, by the way. It's really paid off.
I'm glad to.
Yeah.
He also has non-detection up and true seeing, so he would have been able to see you if you went invisible. But, yeah.
I want to keep Worm McDonald around for long enough for everybody to be able to pat him on the head.
I feel
That's
You did
nice.
good, Worm.
MVP.
I like that.
Yeah.
A little bite.
All right, so let me read the concluding the adventure text. Once you have desynchronized the Veinstone pendulum and banished Ramlock back to the fringes of the solar system, you have saved Golarion from a devastating doomsday. While your exploits are well known by many in Golarion, the true nature of the services you provided were made known only to a very few. Just like, oh, they did something somewhere, saved the world. The Pathfinders are willing to admit Evalirin on a field commission, and they even waived the field commission test. They replaced the long field commission test with just a morality test to make sure that you aren't going to just murder other Pathfinders, that you're going to explore, report, and cooperate. But they just, it's too good for them to pass up someone who is entering at the sort of minion agent level and is this powerful.
I only take bad guy tracheas.
The Esoteric Order knows exactly what you've done. They laud you with ceremony and amazing rewards. As is their way, they keep these acolytes quiet and secretive. Less secretive about their reactions are the remaining Night Heralds. Forced to refocus their plans, the Night Heralds declare you guys to be among their most hated enemies.
That's fair.
Me, Luca Meadowpeak?
Okay.
You don't like me?
May well speak between the stars to become a new leader for the Night Heralds and use the cult to try to find a way to travel back to seek his revenge on you. Only time will tell what lengths the need for revenge might push the Night Heralds to in their new plans. But now that the Octurne Enigma has been solved, time is the one thing Golarion has plenty of. Especially you guys if you stay in this demi-plane.
Yeah.
Oh, and
I
just
can
for
live
fun,
forever.
when you walk into that blue thing and try to go home, you take 20d6 force damage because you critically failed to identify it. It used to do that, but is now malfunctioning.
Ow.
It was
That's
supposed
fair
to do the thing that I said, but is now malfunctioning. Actually, whoever walks in doesn't take the damage. My bad. You wink out of existence for a time. They all take 20d6 force damage, and eventually you return from that permanently deformed. You can use a regenerate to remove the permanent.
Alrighty, well,
that probably happens on your way back home.
Yeah, almost certainly.
And then
Because
you guys-
we're like, I didn't even know how to get back.
Yeah, it's faster than just concentrating with the Axiom. So then you guys manage to get back in normal way, and all those other things happen. I will tell you now, the only person who had any correct information about what happens in this demi-plane was Chris, who actually critically succeeded, so all of his information was right.
It was all right.
Yes,
Oh,
everyone
that's
else's
awesome.
information was wrong. The entire time.
I suspected maybe that was the case, yeah.
I thought one of mine was wrong.
No, yours were actually both right, because I had rolled a failure, as you know, because I said no information. You're like, but I have that thing. I was like, okay, I'll re-roll. And the re-roll was a critical success.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
now we have it.
Aw, yeah.
Okay.
What's
So
in the
we actually
bubble
have
room?
a lot
What's
of
in
time
the
left
bubble
over, and this
room?
one's a little short. Do any of you guys have something you want to say? I mean, you played 3 of the 7 adventures, so you guys are the veterans of the Doomsday Dawn stream. And I guess if you have something interesting to say about your experience or what you thought about it, we might even be able to. I'll see if Dan shakes his head on this one to take like 1 or 2 questions that come on the thing. Dan is giving me the thumbs up. So
We have been permitted.
if Twitch wants to ask some questions and put them on the, Dan can put them on a screen so that I can ask any of these guys or myself your question.
Ooh,
so,
yeah.
But while we're, they didn't know that, so they didn't type in their questions yet. While we're figuring that out, do any of you guys have something you want to say?
I do actually feel like we are a crack adventurer team. Like,
Yeah.
We felt pretty friggin' powerful.
Yeah, it was actually pretty entertaining too. Like, I do nowhere near the same amount of damage because I built my character to do that, but good God if I can't prevent you guys from taking damage.
You
Yeah.
prevented hundreds and hundreds of
Yes.
damage.
Yeah, well, you guys output hundreds and hundreds of damage. I felt like the role I was filling was very satisfying.
Yeah, my monsters in this fight kept away from you enough that you couldn't do it as much.
I
in the
noticed
last
that,
few,
yeah.
Just by chance in some cases, but you still prevented hundreds of damage. And you prevented more when you could do whatever you wanted.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I know I haven't been able to run that many playtests at the very highest level. I've still run some, but I was worried that what if high level characters aren't strong enough at killing their enemies, but it seemed like you guys definitely were.
Yeah.
All right, Dan's got a question.
Yeah, this is actually for the PCs and I suppose Cypher as well. What were the impressions of high-level play compared to first edition? And repeat the question.
All right, so I'm going to repeat the question because Dan's not on a mic. Question was, what were your impressions of high-level play compared to first edition? And to be fair, it's possible not all of us have a lot of experience with 17 plus in first edition. I have a fair amount, and even more with that level of play in 3.5, which is where I did a lot of 17th to epic play. And my impression in Pathfinder First Edition is that when you were at the level where these guys are, usually, if you're running a published adventure, as soon as the PCs go, everything is instantly dead.
Yeah.
Like, the first PC will kill everything unless it's a martial character who doesn't have Pounce, in which case they don't get a full attack. They'll kill everyone on their second turn, or maybe they have to move between each person.
Yeah.
If it was adjusted by a GM to try to keep up with the fact that Pathfinder First can really be variable, which is what I had to do, especially in 3.5 for the 20th and epic level play, is just be like, well, I know my PCs are good at this, so and they're really weak at this one other thing, so I have to take into account. I had them fight in 3.5 a CR 40 that they easily beat at level 20 to 21, and then a CR 21 almost killed them. And I knew both of those things would happen because I knew what the PCs were strong and weak at. So I treated the level 40 as not as serious as the level 20 or as the CR 21, and I was right. This seems like the monsters actually are about what the adventure thinks they are supposed to be. Like, you guys still easily defeated them.
Yeah.
Even some severe encounters that you guys fought. But I felt like they were able to pose a threat. Sometimes they could do some damage, and you didn't just wipe them out.
I feel like our group also has a lot of synergy between each of us being able to really complement one another. So yeah, one of the things I've personally noticed about this version versus high level in the first edition is combat actually takes longer here. Like, you actually have to think about tactics, and you have more time to kind of try and come through with a plan, versus in first edition, most of my characters would just move up to something and absolutely destroy it. Either that, or I'd be playing a support character, in which case somebody's hit points would skyrocket between dead on the ground or like nearly dead from full HP, and it was just a constant game of oh geez, oh god. Whereas with this, I maybe have a round before they turn critical, so I actually have more flexibility in what I can do.
And you don't see like a mass suffocation fight over dazing icy prisons. Like, you're dazed, and even if you aren't dazed, you're stuck inside of this icy prison.
My personal favorite on my life oracle is Chains of Light, because you're just like, and you're done, because reflex save.
Yeah, that is the no SR reflex save, or be instantly killed. It is one of the most busted debuff spells in the game. I was talking about core busted things. But,
oh, my bad. Okay, yeah.
But yeah,
well, on the flip side, though, there are sometimes when monsters can do things that will instantly end the party at higher level play, too.
Potentially.
Yeah. So.
But in PF1, that usually doesn't happen because it depends on what characters are in your party. A lot of PCs can build up a save and throw bonus that pretty much will make the saves, but some characters don't, and you're absolutely right, it's swingy. You could have a rogue. This is one of the big weaknesses of the rogue class in PF1, that just is like, oh yeah, everyone else makes this on a 2, but I need a 17 to make it, and it's an instant death.
Oh yeah,
so that's kind of rocket tag, except that PCs sometimes have enough defenses that they're invulnerable, but not all the party is. So it'll be like, yeah, sorry rogue, for the 5th time in a row you die on the first round that the monster goes. Everyone else is still here, and then you kill it on your turn.
I agree with you when you say that the combat takes longer at the high level, but I think it's also a lot easier, because having done a lot of the high level first edition, the game, mastering the game is mastering the pluses, right? You need the stacking of spells, not just effects, magic items you build your character, but actually during combat, it's like, all right, well, anytime you got like 10 minutes to buff before you go, I mean, that's going to be an hour discussion between people. It's like, well, I could give this and then this, and you get this extra action and this plus to your thing.
Right. We've got Bark Skin up on everybody for +5. Shield of Faith, let's go quickly because it's only the extend rod. Resist energy for all 5 energy types on everybody, and then we'll give you all an airwalk, and we'll give you all
Divine
freedom of movement.
And it's important to point out that the things you're talking about are all low-level spells that when you've got them when you're low level or feel kind of like a good buff, but at high level they become exceptionally common, and everybody has to keep the sort of the cognitive load of applying them every time and for how long they apply. So that's why I say this one, which, I mean, really the buff that we had was heroism.
Yeah.
And that was kind of it. That was easy math.
It feels cool too. It feels cool to just have heroism.
Yeah. And we had the wild pack thing, but you guys kind of annihilated all the, I mean, it could have helped against the Shoggoth, but it wasn't actually up against him. Because you guys rested before you went in. It was the only time that Luca didn't cast it, was the time that the Shoggoth ate you guys. But that was a cool one too. I definitely agree with you. In my Jade Regent game, our Oracle player was the one who he was like mobilizing this factory, because there's a caravan of lower level casters too, and he would get them in. He's like, can I hit you guys up for, you can get the resist energy because you're level 7 and that's on a threshold. I know you guys are lower level than us. And he would organize everyone's buff spells, and he sort of became known for that in the group. So we said, like, at the end of the campaign, like, he was like the guy who did the bureaucratic organization for Minkai when Jade Regent was over. But
spoilers.
I mean, it's Jade Regent. You're trying to take over Minkai, but it was a serious ordeal, and like that player is like a PhD or whatever, and it still took a lot of time and effort for him to organize all of that, and it definitely was easier for me to run, and the fact that I could use the monsters here and still give you guys a good time. Usually I have to spend several hours on my own. Like the aforementioned Jade Regent game, there's a group that you're fighting the whole time called the 5 Storms Oni, but there aren't actually 5 of anything, it's just called that. I made there be 5 very super anime style elementally themed, because they had one that was sort of elementally themed. I gave them actually 5. And I leveled them up from like the one was level 16 to level 20 mythic. And then leveled up all of the other NPCs in the final encounter by about 5, and the PCs destroyed it. They had a lot of fun. It was just about right for them after they'd had trouble with these guys for a while, and they ambushed them, which was, as you know, at high levels, very important. That was an amazing question, Twitch. Thank you. We may have spent a lot of time with that, so I think it's time for the end of the stream. So, to everyone who came to watch us today, thank you. For everyone who's watched us from the beginning through the end, thank you so much for joining us on this journey. You guys are amazing. And, of course, anyone who's subscribed or done anything else to help us out, we really appreciate that, too. So, from Mark Seifter and
Katina Davis,
Eric Keith,
Ron Lundin,
Chris Sims,
and everyone else who played the other parts of the adventures who I don't want to list now, bye, everyone.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Have a good one.